Okay, in this video we're going to be removing the shifter from an N1097R1 Humvee for the purpose of seeing if we can put a ball switch in there to activate a reverse light when it goes into reverse. So in a previous short that I did, I was thinking about disconnecting this from the daily driver, and I got nervous because that's our best running truck, and I was like, what happens if I take it out, it doesn't go in right, whatever. But what we're going to do is we're going to shift this thing. We're going to try to shift this thing into reverse and high gear. And then we're going to take it out. We're going to start at the bottom by labeling and disconnecting the electrical components, and then disconnecting the actuators for the gearbox, for the four-wheel drive, high and low gears, and then also for the transmission. And we'll be right there. Okay, I should mention that this is the truck we called Old Boy. It's the one out of the four we got that hasn't run yet, and we just haven't messed with that. I think there's water in the tank, and so I tried to add more fuel to it and whatever, but anyway, we had three other ones. So this is the one we're taking this out of, and then we'll put it back in. Hopefully it'll work. If we can make the ball switch work here, then we'll move on to the daily driver. So the first step is going to be disconnect these electrical wires. There's these electrical connectors. There are three, one here, and then these two that go up here to the shifter. And so I'm going to label them with red tape, one strip on each side, two strips on each side, three strips on each side, so we can get them back together in the right order, and we'll be right back. Okay, I decided that we're just going to do one, and then two, and then zero. There are only three connectors. There are only three available, I guess, female ends down here, so we can tell which ones line up. So now we gotta take these linkages loose from the shifter, and since I was really worried about it with the other truck, but I just decided, we know what position the shifter's in now. It's park and high. Park is this is the transmission one, and then high here. So we'll just leave it. When we put it back in, we'll just make sure it's in that position, put it in, and reconnect these. So these are held on by these, I think they're called cotter pins, and so I'll be bending them around, pulling them out, and then sliding them out. Doing this, I don't know if I can capture that on video, but I'll show it to you here in just a second. Alright, we are going to try to get this on video. So, take my little pliers here, and shift around just a little bit. Before I bought too many Humvees, I was thinking about putting up a garage where I could put a lift in it. And looking back, it may have been more fruitful to go ahead and not buy this one, since I haven't gotten it to run yet. I haven't really tried, though, to do anything to it. And put up a shed with a lift to make this easier, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Alright, you can see what I'm doing. I think... there we go. Alright, so then we just pull it out from the other side. I'll have to go back to use my other hand too, so I'll be right back. Alright, we'll try to capture this. I don't have any editing capability, so I still can't connect this to my phone, but I'm using the phone as a light anyway. So, let's see. So first we just grab that, push it flat. There we go. Grab this. It is dirty under here, I'll tell you what. See if I can wiggle it in from the other direction. Well, maybe not. Just grab it. Or push it. The other one wasn't too hard to get out. Most of the stuff just, yeah, here we go. Most of this is just it being awkward. And I don't know if you can see the dirt. It's like flowing down. Yeah, eventually, I keep saying this, eventually I'm going to find my GoPro so I can just maybe take the highlights, right? Because you probably get most of what I'm doing. Without watching me drop my phone. But, alright, let's see. There we go. Alright, so there's the pen. There's a washer on the other side of it that I want to save. And hopefully now I can grab it pretty well. Yeah. Oh, all right. That's why I lift weights, I guess. That and moving furniture. All right, take this washer off. Well, it'll come off. Pull it out, and then we're gonna put the washer back on here. And we're gonna take this pin, which is on my chest, and get it back in there. So we're gonna use a new pin anyway, but you get the picture. I'm gonna put the pin back in here, and then we'll go back up to the top of the shifter. Oops. Okay, so this M1097R1 Humvee came with this fine upholstery. And the first thing we gotta do is move it out of the way so we can remove the shifter. I'm trying to pause this. Sorry. Okay, so those two were 8mm screws, actually flathead screws too, so we could have done that. These two here on this bracket, which is holding this down, are 11mm. Okay, then we got four bolts on the outside of this shifter holding it on. Those are also 11mm, so we'll get those out. Keep trying to pause this so you guys don't have to watch every second. Alright, so these screws are loose. So now we're going to try to get this thing out of here without damaging it. So I know there's some bushes on this side underneath that I'm trying not to squish too bad, but the wires are free, so I should. So close. Give me a second. Alright, so we wiggled this thing out. Just had to move the shroud there and wiggle past this bushing. And so here is the shifter. And now these things are obviously pretty loose, but this one isn't. So remember what position they were in. So when we hook them back up to the linkages, it'll be good. We got our 1, 2, and 0 stripes of tape, so we know which ones to connect back up. And the whole point of taking this thing out is to try to see if on this bushing or underneath this boot, if there's a way for me to put a ball switch or some kind of switch in here to turn on reverse lights. There's a company, at least one that I found online, and they sell a wire harness and a kit. But you know, with the switch, the wire harness, and I think the lights, it's $200. So, and you still got to take this out anyway to work on it. So I just thought, let's see what else we can come up with. But that'll be a different video. So this is how you remove the shifter from an AM General 1097 R1 Humvee. Thanks for watching. It's Daddy from Austin and Daddy a Doodle Doo.